Meeting of Carbon County Commissioners called to order. Please rise for a moment of silence. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance and wisdom and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allowing us to work together and to grow the bonds of our county through all of our communities. Wayne, if you lead us in a pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. The first item is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held February 1st, 2024.
Motion approved. Second.
I have one comment before we proceed with that. Amy, you did a fine job of reporting last month, or last week, I should say, but I want to make a correction, and it's my fault. I had misread the paper that had been given to me. For the tax increase, it's $75 per every $100,000, not $1,000. So before we approve it, it would be I think, that's, that's a very big, but there was a zero missing on the paper.
It's just a slight
There
error.
were 2 zeros missing on the paper. So it's not slight, it's a rather large. So I did want to make that, but I was hoping you had missed that, but in your such fine reporting, you didn't. And neither did those who read the paper. So, but I do thank you, and I did want to make that. It was not you. So.
Okay, I'm going to poll the board. Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Are there any guests here concerning county business at this time? Hearing none? Do we have, oh, sorry. Yes, please stand and state your name and where you're from.
My name is William Miller. I am from 25 Fail Drive in Jim Thorpe. I'm kind of spearheading this pedestrian bridge project. My question to you gentlemen is, have you guys read the articles I've given you like 3 months ago? Have you read it? Have you, because I've been waiting to hear back from someone. Nothing. Now, I got all kinds of ideas to move this along without having to get grants, without the funding. I have ideas and things we can move us along. I just gotta get both sides together here. I would like to maybe start a pedestrian GoFundMe. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'd rather the county run it. Okay, I got enough money, I don't need yours. Anyway, I would like to move this along, possibly go out to different sponsors that may want to help us in this project. I thought about possibly having a structural engineer design it, go to our county up here, our school of the welders and everybody. They can actually put this thing together. It could be a community project. It could be Jim Thorpe Pride. All right, and it won't cost us as much as somebody else coming out and building it for us. There's just different ideas I'm kicking around, I don't want to hear we can't, okay? Because we can't have a lawsuit if somebody gets crushed by a vehicle out there in that intersection. That's my camp. I haven't heard anything from anybody. I really like to hear some kind of feedback. I've gotten some positive feedback from other people. I'm still waiting for the township to get back with me. I think when I spoke to you, the day you were leaving, you sound interested in it, and you were kind of hoping that you can kind of get both sides to work with this. You sound very interested, but I haven't heard anything in 3 months.
And I will give you the answer not as the county commissioner chairman, but I'll give you an answer as the former mayor of Jim Thorpe. Okay, it was discussed. We did look at it. I don't know where Borough Council or the current mayor stand on that, but I can tell you when it came up, what I heard from numerous residents of the borough of Jim Thorpe was that they thought it was a great idea, had a lot of positives, but they were very much concerned about how that would affect the look of the historic downtown district, how it would impede on what you currently see when you look up Broadway, and how that has could have a very negative impact. Some residents even told me they didn't want it to look like downtown Las Vegas. They didn't want a Las Vegas look about it. There was, let me finish.
Okay.
And there were concerns about handicap accessibility, liability, maintenance, costs. Like, yes, you can raise the money, yes, you can get the money to put it there, but who maintains it, who inspects it, who takes care of the yearly cleaning of it, snow? I mean, there's a lot of options that were put in there. And that was about where it ended. So that's why I think no one got back to you, because it's not only just the initial startup, but it's the long range, like sooner or later, it's gonna have to be repaired. Sooner or later, it's gonna have to be replaced. It has to be maintained. There's elevators that have to be inspected.
It has to be put there first.
Yes, but it's always great to build the house, but can you afford to keep it? And I think that was one of the concerns, and the concerns was the pushback, I said, of the historic look.
You're basically telling me it's a dead issue?
I am telling you that on the county side, I don't think we're gonna be pursuing it at this time.
Okay, thank you very much.
The concern I have on that, sir, too, was your proposal, if I remember it correctly, would be in the corner of the park there by the gazebo in that area?
That was my first suggestion, because that would be the highest compliance.
Okay, and,
We can always tweak it, like you said, we can always tweak it to where we need to put it. It's not gonna ugly up the town. If you read what I wrote, I wanted the bridge to be very discreet. I want people to come through and look for it and not see it, okay? That's the kind of bridge I wanted. I don't want a big gaudy bridge, I told you everything from the.
No, I understand that, but I don't know how you put a bridge across Broadway and it's not gonna impede the look up
Not
Broadway.
across Broadway.
I mean, across the
Susquehanna.
Susquehanna Street and not impede the look coming into the borough.
did you talk to the property owner, Caddick Corner? Because I certainly don't think we have the space or the room where the navigation building is there, to put a pedestrian bridge. That was my biggest concern for that location. I'm not saying that it could have been done somewhere else maybe, but, in that particular location,
You
I
had
think that is
suggested
an
that.
issue.
You had suggested that, and I thought that was a good idea also. But we need compliance, we can't put it a block down the street, it's not gonna happen. You need compliance, you need to put it where it needs to be. You know, I'm not getting anything for this. I'm tired of my buddy complaining to me about, it's every weekend, trains show up, nothing gets done, we have bedlam, we're backed up into Lehighton. Why? Why? Your police captain wants to solve it too. I haven't heard anything.
Like I said, I think in those areas, you're better off going back to the borough and discussing the borough where their answers are. And I'm telling you what I heard at
Playing
that.
ping pong here.
And I'm not playing ping pong, I'm telling you right now, where I stand right now is the county is not in the financial long range, once something comes maybe from the borough, as to where, because it's an overall problem. And it's not something that I'm looking to pass on to the county taxpayers at this time. I'm being right up front with you.
There's a lot of cant in this room, I'm sorry. I love you guys, I voted for all of yous, but you don't want to work for the township. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyone else? Hearing nothing, move on.
Next item is the report of executive sessions held.
There was one on the 7th at 10:15 a.m. to discuss personnel.
The next item is the department reports, the budget transfers.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
There are no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of check numbers 241484 through 241638 for expenditures to the general fund clearing account totaling $1,705,742.91.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The treasurer's report.
Motion to approve as presented?
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The personnel report for county departments.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Motion acknowledged.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. District Court Office, Judge Kistner, for approval and execution. A one-year renewal agreement with Blue Ridge Communications for local and long-distance service at the District Court Office in Palmerton, Pennsylvania, for a total monthly reoccurring fee of $99.80 for 4 lines.
Motion approved and execute.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Lanta MATP program for approval and execution. The allocation letter from the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services for the 2022-2023 MATP program, listing the final allocation amount of $1,141,449.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The solicitor's report?
Thank you. Under purchasing, seeking a motion for approval and execution for the renewal of the agreement with Button Oil and Propane of Mountaintop, Pennsylvania, for the sale and delivery of liquid propane gas to various county locations for the term March 1st, 2024 to February 28th, 2025. The profit margin will remain the same at 42.5 cents per gallon for transport truck deliveries and 71.5 cents per gallon for tank wagon deliveries above Mount Bellevue, Texas. Cost per gallon as published in the New York Wall Street Journal on the day of delivery. And this is the second renewal term on the original contract dated February 24th, 2022.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
And lastly, seeking a motion to adopt Proclamation 1 of 2024, acknowledging the week of February 11th to the 17th of 2024 as Future Business Leaders of America Week.
Motion adopted.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Great, nothing further.
Any further business? Hearing none. Commissioners' reports, Mr. Honor?
None at this time.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes, I'd just like to bring up an issue we have with in the tax assessment office. Every year, letters are sent out to the municipalities about sending in their building permits. And the official statement here, the official law is 8861, abstracts of buildings and demolition permits to be forwarded to the county assessment office, every municipality, third-party agency, or the Department of Labor and Industry responsible for the issuance of building permits shall forward a copy of each building permit to the county assessment office on or before the first day of every month. In addition to any charge otherwise permitted by law, a municipality, a third-party agency, or the Department of Labor and Industry may charge an additional fee of $10 to each person to whom a permit is issued for administrative costs incurred in compliance with this section. And the reason I bring this up, there's a few municipalities that are lacking in reporting. We do have one municipality who has not turned over a building permit since 2018. Now, that's only one. There's another one. We had a complaint from a supervisor. Why wasn't this put in the tax rolls? It's simply because no one notified them that the property existed. Our assessment office does not go out and drive around the county looking for new buildings. The responsibility lies with the local municipalities to turn it in. They are losing funding. And our people took a complaint, why wasn't it on? And that person was one of the guilty parties in their municipality without turning over the information. And that goes back to June of '22. So the municipalities have to understand that they are the ones losing revenues as well if properties aren't put on the rolls and the property properly assessed. So they're losing money, county is losing money, school districts are losing money, and it puts a greater tax burden on the rest of the taxpayers, because these people are sitting there getting their, paying no taxes until these get put into the tax assessment office and are assessed. So I just wanted to mention that. I'm not gonna mention any municipalities at this particular time. Maybe at the end of the year, if we don't have some improvement, maybe it is time to start naming names and who should be turning these in. So it's a wake-up call. Again, the tax assessment office sends out letters every year. The reason they send them out every year is because we do have turnovers in municipalities, secretaries, supervisors, borough council, etc. So they are fully aware, or the proper notification is sent to municipalities every year. Okay, that's all I have today.
Mr. Sifranco?
The only thing I would mention, and I know it's been in the newspaper, but I had the opportunity to attend the animal shelter meeting on Monday evening. And it was asked last week how many animal dogs we currently have, and it is 16. It had grown and then gone back as adoptions. They're looking at possibly 3 to 4 adoptions this week. The county has agreed, and we've done it in the past, so it's gonna be every month of February from here on out, unless the board changes it, that there'll be half price adoptions for the month of February. And I'd just like to commend Tom Connors and the group that sit on that board. They're doing a great job up there with the animal shelter. They're looking forward. They had a lot of great ideas that came up at their previous meeting. And one thing I really think needs to be called out here is, if you look at the number of donations that come in from the community at large, both inside and outside of this county, last month they got over $19,000 in donations. Obviously, 10,000 of that was for a shed, a greeting shed they're going to be put up, which the commissioners have agreed, obviously, to do with. But they needed the inside of that finished, and they have another person that's already pledged 5,000. So it's without the help of the community and all that, you know, if we didn't have that help, it would make things difficult. So I do thank all those who donate to that cause, because it is very worthwhile. Other than that, I have nothing else. Meeting adjourned. I guess not sorry, I'm sorry. We're gonna go to election board.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So first on our agenda is approval of the minutes from election board meeting held on January 11th, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Any guests concerning election board meeting? So the third thing on our agenda is approval of the new polling place. So, the Memorial Hall has backed out. They're doing construction, so we needed to find a polling place for 2 of our districts, our precincts, which are 14 and 15. I did put a call in to the Fairview Hose Company / Anoco, and they have stated that they will help us going forward to bring in those 2 precincts with the other precinct, which is 16, precinct 16. So 14, 15, and 16 will be at the Anoco company.
Okay.
Yes, approve,
Motion made by Mr. Arner,
Motion to approve?
okay,
second by Mr. Notstein.
okay.
Second.
Mr. Arner,
Yes.
Mr. Notstein,
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco,
Yes.
and I did include the stuff that we need. There's certain things that need to be done that Bob and I are working on together. So, all right.
Election board meeting adjourned. We will go to the press. How about we start with TV 13 today?
The only question I have about that election location, is that the building that houses the trucks, not the one across the street in Jim Thorpe?
It would be the fire garage, which is the large, yes, it's the one across the street, the one where, they're currently voting now.
That has, that houses the trucks, so
Yes,
the red building.
yes.
Okay, we want to make sure we got the right video, so that's all I have, thank you.
I think their plan is to move the 3 trucks out and vote in each bay
Got it.
Yes.
by precinct.
And is that just for the primary, or is that for both primary and general?
We're probably gonna end up doing it for both because Jim Thorpe has a construction project going on at Memorial Hall. And while we all like to say it'll be done by, we all know how that goes. So I would say you're probably gonna be there for both. And it may be something that gets looked at long-term possibly too.
And the volume's gonna be higher because of it being a
Yes.
presidential election, so.
And we do realize there may be some parking issues there because there's on-street parking only. So that'll be addressed as best as we can.
That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you. Amy?
May I please have a copy of the proclamation for FBLA week?
Sure.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you all. Hearing nothing further.